lot of people told us there were already too many podcasts, right? And certainly you could argue that here 11 years later. But you are somebody who fighters and non-fighters and fans just gravitate towards because you just make things very ingestible. Like even today, I enjoy listening to you at the end of a 2-hour podcast. Joe Rogan always says, as soon as I'm bored by a guest, I let them go. And I think people are constantly captivated by you. The question is, what will the Love and War podcast be? And how often will people actually be able to access this upcoming content? Do you know those answers?
Yeah, I'm getting some in the chamber. I'm trying to get a little ahead so that we can keep pumping them out. But it's really just coming down to the guests that are interested, right? It always to me comes down to the guests because people want to hear from different types of atmospheres, but also how I converse with them. Love and War, the reason why that is because it's the dichotomy, right? You cannot have one without the other, no matter what you want to say. If you have war, you don't have war until you felt love. If you've had love, you don't know love until you felt at war with somebody. And so I feel like when guests come on and when I'm in this life, I'm right in the middle of that, trying to find the neutrality of how do I balance the two of them. And what's so interesting to me about the podcast is I get to ask questions of some of the biggest human beings in the world of how they're balancing that themselves, because I can talk from experience myself. I did not balance it well to become a world champion. I was not balanced at all. I was heavy war, zero love. And when I get out of fighting, it goes, uh-oh, this isn't
Yeah.
working anymore. Like
Yeah.
we got to find some balance in this somewhere. And I'm interested. I created this podcast to learn, not to, teach somebody some things. It's like I'm in a different phase in my life where I'm outside of this only war. Life looks different when there's not a constant threat of somebody trying to kill you. And it might sound silly, but
Yeah.
it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like it kind of clears the fog out of the air and you pop your head out and you go, oh wow, I don't need to really worry about that. And it feels weird to not have to worry
There's a
about
whole
that.
new world out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so the
Yeah.
podcast allows me to ask some questions about how people do that and what interests them. I just had Travis Barker on. It was an incredible conversation with him on how he's done that through plane crashes and the
Yeah.
tours that he does, and he's got kids, and it's super interesting stuff to listen to people of how they find that balance. And it excites me.
Well, we look forward to the Love and War podcast from Dominick Cruz, the former UFC two-time bantamweight champion and future Hall of Famer.